the sixth lesson of the introductory calligraphy course, Horizontal Folding Hook. I am the main teacher of the calligraphy course, Jiangsu. Welcome to the sixth lecture.
Today you will learn 3 new strokes.
Vertical hook, curved hook, and
Now let's learn the vertical hook.
the vertical hook stroke in Aingzan's regular script is a relatively difficult stroke. All strokes with hooks are not easy to write. Next, let's take a look at how to write a vertical hook. Press down, right? A vertical stroke, and keep the force. Even when you finish writing, pay attention to gently bring the brush tip to the center line. Don't lift the brush off the paper after you finish writing. At this time, press it back in reverse and push it slightly outward. Then pick it up.
The hook of the vertical hook cannot be too long or too thin and pointed.
The stroke should be small and strong. Press down and right, and then lift it up, push it out in the opposite direction. The stroke be too long and the stroke should be short, and let the tip of the brush naturally close. We often see some wrong strokes. After writing down, pause here and then lift it up. Then the stroke looks very sloppy with a long stroke. The stroke is long,
But the stroke has no power at all.
The difficulty of our stroke's hooks is in the part of lifting the hook. The part of lifting the hook should be done delicately. Good. End the tip. At this time, if I lift, you can see that. On the center line of this stroke, the tip of the pen is not to the left or right. Let's break down the movements. Push it outward in the reverse direction after lifting. Push it down a little and lift it up. Let's write it in a coherent way.
To write a good vertical hook,
It requires repeated practice. Okay, lift and push it back. Hook outward and the pen tip naturally the next stroke.
the stroke of arc hook,
It has a certain curvature as a whole, but note that the arc cannot be too large, is relatively small. Basically, the stroke remains in a straight state. The characteristics. There are 2 types. One is to press down directly and then push to the left. 1 stroke done. Let's write it again. Pay attention to the direction and length. It's flatter than vertical hook and longer than vertical hook. Okay, write again.
the second one is divided in 2 strokes.
The second way is similar to writing a vertical hook. First, the tip of the pen is tapered. Then press it to the left and gently lift the hook and push the hook more flatly. For the stroke of arc hook should be paid attention. The starting point and the hook should be aligned. The stroke has a slight arc in the middle. After these 2 points are aligned,
The entire stroke will be a relatively straight stroke.
it won't be slanted. Some strokes are written to curved, like this, like this. Such a large arc.
And the stroke doesn't look straight.
Some strokes are curved. If these 2 dots are off, the character is wrong, then the character will be crooked. Pay attention to these mistakes. Let's write it again. Align the top and bottom. and bring it out. Okay, the next stroke.
We have learned the horizontal folding before.
Now, add the hook to it.
The difficulty of the horizontal hook is not high.
Press down. Pay attention to this folding stroke. Slightly inward. Shrink shoulders. Press it outward. Lift it. And the hook should be small. When writing a horizontal bend, we usually don't write the vertical stroke after the bend to draw inwards. So when writing the horizontal and vertical hook,
Usually. In most cases,
the vertical stroke after the folding should be inward. Notice the thin horizontal, and the hook should be small.
Next, I will read from the liquid inscription of the Ju Cheng Palace. Select a few examples to demonstrate the explanation. Vertical hook arc, curved hook, horizontal fold hook, 3 strokes.
Future, future.
Short horizontal, upward slope.
Stick out a little bit on the left. It's still a short horizontal and slightly longer. Strabismus, unity. Notice that the vertical pen is in the middle. Then all points it meets are to the right of the transverse. Small hook. The skimming position is a little bit below the horizontal and vertical intersection. Skim short. Inhibit length. Hello. Oh. The second word call the first 3 strokes of the word call should be closely connected. The strokes are all small. Horizontal length. Right? Carefully. The curved hook strokes should be powerful. Pay attention to the radian. Hook direction. Character behind. I-shaped is left and right radical. The left and right capitals are written narrowly. So write horizontally and these strokes should be written short. Notice that the short bar on the left has a strabismus, the bar on the right. Thin and flat, not long. The diagonal hook slopes in small hook front. The pen position of the last standing character is exposed a little bit. Don't reveal too much. The direction of skimming is inward. Skim it short and don't write it too long.